back, guys. I'm Bakan Alien here with Apathetic Brent. We are here for the second of a best of three between Reputation Cartel and Insurance Fraud for the third place honors. There is some ISK involved in that as well, so they are actually fighting for some prizes. For the Reputation Cartel, they have brought 2 Scorpion Navy issues, a Curse, a Scythe, 2 Mollusk, 2 Kestrel. They have warped their entire team in at 50, with the exception of the Scythe, which accidentally warped to 100, which under our rules means you get moved to 0. So a Scythe is sitting at 0 on the beacon with the rest of his team back at 50.
And for Insurance Fraud, we have Scimitar, Double Tengu, Raven Navy issue, Double Merlin, and a Mollusk. Unless I'm missing something, that should be their whole team. Everybody came in at 50.
Indeed, I think this is going to be interesting. You and I were debating whether or not this Scythe would be able to get back out to range and survive. I'm not entirely confident he will. You seem to think he will because of the damps. It'll be interesting to see from the get-go. I imagine these guys are going to primary the Scythe, and unlike a lot of things, I don't think you can really bait tank a Scythe. I mean, the Rep Cartel earlier put a Scorpion Navy on the beacon at 0 with a little bit of a bait tank and a micro jump drive, and just kind of honey badgered away when they got on top of him. But in this case, I don't think that's the strategy. I think this was legitimately a mistake.
Yeah, if we get proper damp coverage on the Raven Navy issue and the 2 Tengus, it is possible that he'll live. But at the same time, they're going to lose the damp war right off the bat against the enemy Mollusk of Victrix.
Indeed, and here we go. We are matches on. We will see where the damage goes down. Locks are probably being acquired right now. I imagine we'll see damps very shortly. Indeed, damp effects coming across the field already. No damage being applied.
Cyber 10 has burned to range and survived. I guess you owe me a Coke.
And here come the missiles. Missiles are coming for Cyber 10, although it looks like we have some off on the Mollusks as well. And damage applied on Cyber 10. His shields, 1/3 of his shields gone, and 2 volleys here. We'll see what happens from there. He may be able to get out of damage range with those damps. Nope, there he goes to half shield, so volleys are still landing.
Yeah, it looks like Victrix has moved way down and almost behind the Rep Cartel team, which is a bit of an odd positioning, but we are getting a lot of damage on the Cyber 10. At the same time, Kothar, the Scimitar for Insurance Fraud, is also taking damage, but not quite as rapidly. I think that the range damage projection does go to Insurance Fraud in this, because they do have Double Tengu plus Raven Navy issue. Cyber 10 doing a good job of keeping his frigates alive while he is taking damage, but he may have gotten outside of damage range because it appears that the damage has stopped on him.
It looks like Cavalera has decided to go mad mode and just charge right in to get some tackle. He's right in the thick of things among the blue team. And yet, as of yet, he's not taking a whole lot of damage, which is interesting. He's now kind of burning back away. Looks like he's burning toward the other frigates. Longdrix is in trouble. His Kestrel low armor, getting reps back. Here we go. Cavalera now taking damage. It does look like Insurance Fraud again is winning the support war this time, and that really could be the difference here.
Oh, absolutely. And the fact of the matter is Rep Cartel doesn't seem to be taking advantage of this time when their support's getting focused. They've hardly got any damage onto the Insurance Fraud Scimitar, where their Scimitar is about to drop, and they've already lost 1 Kestrel and about to lose another. At the same time, though, it looks like one of the Merlins on Rep Cartel dropped at the same time that the 2 Kestrels died from Rep Cartel.
Indeed, so we had a bunch of ships dropping there. Looks like Kothar Scimitar's taking damage, but he's not really too concerned about it. We just saw an ASB cycle go off. Cyber 10's Scythe is into low armor now, and every volley is stripping his shields again. Pretty much everyone else on his team is wrapped up, besides the Mollusk, which has armor damage, but shields are full there. So now we're back to a bit of a standoff, and we'll see what happens. You know, what breaks next, if there's a mistake made, or if damage is simply enough to plow through these reps.
Yeah, I think that Rep Cartel isn't doing a very good job of spreading damps right now, because they only have a single Tengu and 1 Mollusk damped. I think that between 2 of them, they should be able to damp at least 3 ships.
Indeed, and I am curious to see what this Curse is really doing. I mean, he's just kind of hanging out at range. I see no nude effects coming off him. Obviously, if he had tracking disruptors, there's really nothing left on the field for him to apply them to.
Cyber 10 does go down in that Scimitar, so a big turn for the worse for Rep Cartel. It looks like they might lose this series 2-0, bringing Insurance Fraud 2-1 in their 3 fights against each other.
Indeed, that would be quite a turn of events, considering how shockingly Rep Cartel just lost a Mollusk. And I should say, for those of you who missed SCL Week 2, after going to a very, very close best of 3 in Week 1, Rep Cartel came out and absolutely steamrolled Insurance Fraud in a 2-0. And here we go, Insurance Fraud are looking for revenge. They got another Mollusk down, and it looks like they will get it. Looks like they are going to go to a 2-0. They now have 2 Scorpion Navies and a Curse to crack, but aren't really sweating any of the damage coming in as of yet.
Yeah, I think that this is a classic issue that Bob Shaftos has in that he kind of tunnel visions on one thing. He's been shooting that scimitar all match long and hasn't really gotten anything to show for it yet. Zupra in the Curse is now almost out of shields and he is about to explode.
Indeed, he's being target painted to make sure those cruise missiles do full damage, and they did. He is off the field. I think this is end of the line for Reputation Cartel. Unfortunately, they are going home empty-handed, but excellent turnout by Insurance Fraud. It was very impressive to see them turn around after some unfortunate matches and some rough draws last time around. Good fights going down in local. Congratulations to both sides. We'll see Lee Jensen's Tengu's take a little bit of damage now, but I don't think, again, that's going to break a sweat for the Scimitar. I think he's going to be probably ASB tank local, and the Scimitar will get reps on. Meanwhile, Bob Shafto's Scorpion Navy is taking pretty heavy shield damage. He's repping, but it's not going to last very long. I think those Tengus and Raven Navy are going to plow right through it.
I'm not even seeing shield hardeners going on Lee Jansen's Tengu right now. No shield hardeners, but he does have an ASB.
I wonder if he is Ben Booley trolling in the sense of trying to make himself look weaker to get them to come in and try to break him. Again, Bob Shaftos is still hanging on, but I really don't see any way of the Rep Cartel turning this around with just 2 Scorp Navies on the field. They just don't have they don't really have a great way to apply damage to those small targets. The Scimitar is doing a great job of keeping up with whatever damage they're able to apply. And as you said, they weren't breaking the Scimitar earlier when they tried that, so just a matter of time here, I think.
Yeah, in this match, with range being a non-factor for both teams, in that they both do the same damage as 100 as they do at 0, I think what they should have done here is actually getting close to the Tengus. That way the Scimitar has to move out, and then start shooting the Tengu. Just focus on the Tengu, and then once they're applying damage, the Scimitar pilot gets a little lethargic, do a damp dump on him, and plow through that Tengu as quickly as you can. But again, like I said, Bob Shaftos has a tendency to tunnel vision on things, and now that he's switched to the Tengu, he doesn't have the tools in form of those damps to take advantage.
And then local Faffer is pointing out that technically he claims Insurance Fraud is now up 4-1 in the series, because apparently these two teams have faced in the Alliance tournament and the Neo. I'm not sure, since these are kind of mixed Alliance teams, how much that's accurate, but in any case, we see Bob Shaftos now into low shields. He may have just decided that he's going to throw in the towel and let them, kill him rather than drag this out. We will see. No, I still see shield hardener effects on there, so he hasn't turned his shields off. He hasn't given up completely, but he's into armor now. Shield chip and armor is never in a comfortable place, and he'll be going down very, very shortly.
He did tank an extraordinary amount of damage, though.
Absolutely, the Scorpion Navies are pretty tough ships, and they can hold out for an awful long time. And they're very comparable actually to the Rattlesnake. Obviously, they're cheaper in this tournament format, so they opted to go with those. Now we just have Lucky CCS left on the field for Rep Cartel. Give a little shout out to him. Lorkin is his alter ego, and he has donated quite a number of Plex for prizes for this SCL. So not only is he and his team unfortunately going empty-handed, but he is out 30 Plex. But thank you very much to you for helping us out with the prize pool. It's always great to be able to give our teams some incentive and give them something to fight for besides just bragging rights.
Yeah, and to talk about the Scorpion Navy issue for a minute, it's always been kind of the PvP Raven that the Raven always wanted to be. 8 mid slots. I think it's got 6 turret slots and a utility high, so it can get a really sturdy tank while also having E-War by way of a target painter, and I think it's 4 lows, so you get a damage control and 3 ballistic control. So with cruises, with the new changes, I'm not exactly sure what it's at, but I would guess that it's probably in the neighborhood of 800 plus DPS coming out of those with cruises.
Indeed, it is a 7-8-4 layout, and with like you say, 6 launcher hardpoints. So, and it looks like he is going to, DHP Wildcat actually taking a little bit of damage now, but he's getting some shields back. Again, this is just desperation firing from Lucky, maybe trying to make something out of this, make it a little exciting. Like, are those perhaps smart bomb effects on DHP Wildcat? I can't. Nope, those are just the missile explosion graphics.
Lucky CCS does have a smart bomb in his high slots, though. Wait, no, you might be right. Those might just be missile effects. Something to mention here, though, is Rep Cartel kind of made the same mistake twice. They tried to play Hydra or Warlords at their own game. They brought Slepners against Slepners and lost. And again, they're trying to bring missile setups and Caldari battleships against insurance fraud. So twice they've played another team at their game and lost.
Indeed, and those are smart bomb effects coming off of DHP Wildcat. We see all the drones. I'm locked a few of them up. They are taking quite a bit of damage. You know, it's one thing you point out is the curse is a questionable choice to me against this insurance fraud team. They've been very missile heavy the entire tournament, and to show up with a curse, which is a tracking disruption bonus boat, it's a ship. You know that the newts may shut off guns. To rely on that, I'm not sure what the logic behind that was, but we do have the last Reputation Cartel ship going down, succumbing to the missiles of the insurance fraud setup. Congratulations to your insurance fraud on taking third place honors in a very convincing 2-0 win. And they will be taking home some prizes. I'll let the studio maybe talk a little more about that. We're going to pass it on back to them before we go on to match 3 of the Pandemic Legion versus Warlords of the Deep.